Today I finished playing Still Wakes the Deep. I gotta say, I have never played a horror game like this before. Now, okay, to be fair, it does have some similarities to Alien Isolation, but I don't think it's really fair to categorize that game with anything, because Alien Isolation is really its own thing. But Still Wakes the Deep just handled certain things in a way that I haven't seen other horror games do, and I really, really liked it. I haven't played a game that's maybe this uncomfortable in so long. I haven't played a game that made me this uncomfortable in so long, dude. Holy shit. Coming into it, I really didn't expect much originally. I had seen people play a little bit of it. I wasn't really paying attention. It was just on in the background. But to me, I never caught the horror. The entire time I saw anybody else play it, I didn't get it. I couldn't tell where the horror was supposed to be. I don't know how I just missed all of it, but I'm glad I did. But the reason I played it is because I've been craving a good horror game that is compelling and well put together. Something that you can really get immersed into that has a good level of horror. Now, I really didn't know what this had to offer in terms of horror, but I knew it fit what I was looking for. It was the only game I could think of that I haven't played or really seen anything about that could really give me what I was craving. And there are plenty of other games that could too, I just can't think of any. I don't know that there are really any that I don't really know about. Like, I could have gone for Outlast, but I've seen that played through 100 times over. I know what to expect in Outlast. What Still Wakes the Deep is pretty much untouched for me. Here's what I knew about the game. You're on an oil rig, which is in the ocean, which is terrible. I hate that so much. There's this weird, strand that is just, throughout all the ship. Didn't really know what to make of that. That seemed to be everything that I had saw. I never really saw much of anything else happening. I don't even know what the creatures look like. I don't even know if there are creatures. This could be all just psychological horror, which is not really what I was looking for, but I'm open to it. And I know that the DLC was recently released, and I saw that takes place underwater a bit, and I didn't think this game had any underwater gameplay, so that was surprising. And I still don't really know anything about the DLC either, but I might not play it because I haven't heard the best things about it, so it doesn't really intrigue me that much. But the base game had something to offer that I just was not prepared for. But first I want to go over everything else that I really enjoyed about the game. One of my favorite things about this game is the accents. I love them so much. I love hearing all the random slang that just doesn't make any sense to me at all. Calling children weens is fucking funny. It's so funny, but also so weird to hear. And towards the latter end of the game, they say it so much. I love those little weens. It's just so weird, but I love it. The voice acting, phenomenal. Very, very good. The overall performance of the game, I have some issues with. There is no FPS options at all. The lowest settings don't even turn off everything that I would like to turn off to where my computer can handle it. I had performance issues the entire time. It was not pretty. But looking past all of that, I got so immersed into it. I was in this world with them. And that is exactly what I was looking for. That is exactly what I want out of a horror game. And this game avoided a lot of cliches. There were some, obviously, but I mean, you can't really make anything horror without a few cliches, because nothing would probably happen. For instance, Finley, there were so many moments with this character where you're in the same, main room, but you're separated by a wall or glass or whatever. It's the perfect setup to kill her. There were so many times she should have died. According to horror standards, she should have gotten absolutely obliterated so many of these times, just mid-sentence. That never happened, so I was never actually sure what was going to happen at any point in this game, because it took moments and put them right in your face that you would expect to go one way, and that never happens. it makes you unsure of anything at all the entire time. You never know what is going to happen in this, and that's perfect. It made it nearly unpredictable. And while, yes, it does recycle a lot of the same situations over and over, it uses them very well. And most of the time changes up the atmosphere around you when being in those situations to keep it a little fresh, to keep that tension rising the entire time. There are a good few sequences where you're sneaking around a creature, and they were the most fun parts of the game. It's okay that they kept reusing that because it was really fun. And the creatures weren't entirely predictable because they can just ignore you sometimes. Not you the person, but the things you do to try to distract them. You can take objects and throw them across the room, trying to get the creature to go over there. And it doesn't seem like it's just a bug that you just hit a wrong spot or somewhere that the monster just can't go and so is not going to follow the sound. It seems like it just doesn't want to because it knows that you're trying to divert it. And even if you do successfully, there's no telling how long it's going to go over there or which path it's going to take. You can have two sides of a room and a barrier in the middle. You're on one side, hiding away, and you want it on the other side. Its most convenient path to go where you made noise would to be go around a way that does not go near you, which makes it so much more safe for you. That doesn't mean it's going to do that. It might just come around your end, the longer way, the way that doesn't make sense for it to go. It wasn't even facing that direction, making it much more dangerous for you. You have to wait things out because you never know what the creature is going to do next. Not quite to the level of the Alien, but it's up there. It was very well done, and I applaud it. But like I said, it keeps it changing. It changes the atmosphere sometimes. There are moments where you're indoors and it's very dark, making it hard to see things, or there's just a lot of obstacles between everything. There's a lot of paths that you could take between all these obstacles, and you don't know which one it's going to take or when it's going to cut you off. Or there's moments where you're entirely surrounded by fog, making it mostly based off sound to guess where the creature is at any given moment, unless it is very near you and you can see its little tendrils poking out. The creature doesn't even have to see you to get you, which typically would be a very frustrating mechanic, but to be fair, when a creature is stood up and being held by all these tendrils shooting out in all different directions to keep it suspended in air, I'd say it's fair if you went out and one of those happened to brush by you. You're getting caught. There's no way you could sneak around that. That made a typically infuriating situation not even aggravating, because you're at fault. You're 100% at fault. And speaking to the unpredictability of the game, there are so many moments that you will hear the creatures around. They didn't show up immediately before this moment, and they don't show up immediately after. You have no way of knowing when they're actually going to come after you. You will be in environments all the time that you might not even go back to, that have places for you to hide. That's a locker to hide in. This game is designed to make you feel like you're in danger at all times. It keeps you on your toes. You never know when there's actually going to be something coming after you. You will hear their screeches across the way. You will even hear them speaking. That does not mean that you're in imminent danger. But it's not just bombarding you with these sounds all the time. No, it uses it very cleverly. Throughout the whole game, they use sound to their advantage very, very nicely. So you're on an oil rig, so of course there's not going to be nearly a single moment that is 100% quiet. It's a noisy environment, but there are so many times where you will go from the loudest environment of just so much noise from the machines and the creatures around you to moments where it is nearly completely silent. You will hear sounds in the distance every once in a while, and you're completely unsure of what it could be. Is it the pipes, or is it a monster? And those moments of going from, ow, my ears hurt, to now it's far too quiet to be comfortable are my favorite moments in horror games. I love it when it does that. Just a little way to let you know you're not safe, you are not in control, And this moment is entirely designed to keep you on edge. There are also a lot of water moments in the game. They were all really annoying. You can't move quickly through the water, and every time you have to actually swim is so stressful and irritating. But one thing that never happened was having a creature in the water. That entire time, every time I was in even just ankle deep water, I felt fear that there was going to be a creature in there with me. Something that I can't see, something moving around completely free, able to strike me at any moment without me even knowing it's going to happen. And it never did. I was never in danger in the water from anything other than drowning. The chase sequences were very well done as well. They didn't go on too long, and they didn't strictly make you run the entire time. There were moments where you could get away for a little bit. You have to duck away, and it clearly can't get to where you are. So you keep going, finding your way around this place until it strikes out again, coming after you, until it seemingly dies or is completely blocked off from where you go to the next part of the game. So they weren't just this incredibly agonizing sequence of trying to run without making a single mistake and getting caught over and over and over again to where it's just not even scary anymore. You're just annoyed. It didn't really happen like that, and that makes it a lot more enjoyable and can make it a little bit more scary because you're not just getting agitated. The overall story is pretty good. And based off the sequence of events, this game needed to be a situation where we can't win. As it goes on, as it progresses, as you come to learn, every single way you could escape is not going to work. Fighting was never supposed to be an option in this situation. And typically, when you are given no way to escape by the end of the game, your only choice is to fight, but that's not something that can happen in this situation. And if it had taken that turn, if anybody on this thing survived, it wouldn't work. The story would just fall apart. It wouldn't be compelling. And I think they executed it very well. In the end, everybody died. There was never a chance of escaping. All possible routes had been destroyed. There was no way to fight this thing, and everybody died. Now, how it does end is this place could blow up at any minute. That is not a fact that has anything to do with you. You do not make that happen. Nobody in the story is a cause for the chance of this place to blow up. If anything, we've been trying to stop that from happening at multiple points in the game. So now with the fact that nobody had a hand in this, it's just going to happen eventually anyways. The creatures will not survive either. So while we can't fight them and we cannot win, there is now a way to secure that the creatures will not last. We can do it by our own hand by dropping the lighter down the hole, but that doesn't even guarantee that the creatures won't survive this. There's no way to know that we killed it because we're dead, and it's lived in whatever we drilled up for who knows how long, so what's to say we could even hurt it? Speaking of it, we don't know what it is. I don't even know how to describe this thing. As the game progresses, these strands of whatever this thing is grow increasingly in size and throughout the rig, taking it over completely until, the rig is basically a part of it now. The main parts of it don't really resemble organs, though they do kind of have veins throughout them, and they do pulse like a heart. So it is clear that this is a living thing. But whatever it's doing to the people is like it's making them a part of it and molding them to itself, to where there are a lot of sections where it is more organ-like because it's taking humans and merging itself with them. By doing this, it can also completely distort the person and change its sizes of body parts and organs and everything. And some of the bodies you come across in this game blew me away because I have seen so many games where, there's just bodies that are like a pile of whatever was inside them, just a mess. And it's not pretty, and there is no thought process behind it. The bodies in this game were so well thought out, and this game just had some of the most incredible body horror I've ever seen. It wasn't purely for gore, it was artistic. Everything about this creature and what it did to people is artistic. I had no idea this was going to be body horror. And once I finally realized that, oh, I got so excited. That's a massive hand. Is this a body horror game? I love body horror so much. I love body horror. To know that this was not psychological horror, whatever this creature was that just gave off all this gorgeous, beautiful lighting, could have been easily played off by psychological horror. And it wasn't. And that makes me so happy. Everything this creature was about the people it connected to, completely distorting them. It's just body horror. And it was so good. And that leads us to the best part of this game. My favorite part of this game. This game was good. I enjoyed all of it. Every part of it was good. The horror was good throughout the entire thing. I was still frightened at plenty points later on, but nothing beats the start. Your first encounter is where this game peaks, and it is glorious. So as shit is going down, you've drilled into whatever this thing is, and it is climbing up this ship, taking it over. Things are all falling apart. People are getting hurt. Everything's gone bad. Nobody knows what's happening. For whatever reason, whatever happens, we have to go fix the generators. And on our way to do this, we get our first encounter. It's not the creature we saw climbing up the ship. At this point, we're alone. This is our first moment truly alone in this game. And it is surprisingly quiet, but I mean, to be fair, the generators are down. There's going to be a lot less noise down here. But as we're going through this, we start to see how this thing has weaved itself into the rig. And it is stunningly beautiful and has nothing to do with what I'm saying. But just look at it. But then as we keep going, we go deeper and we start to hear these sounds. And you can't really know if it is a creature or something in the pipes. At this point in the game, I didn't even know if or when there would be creatures. Some ladder fell down to the side, completely unwarranted. I didn't know what that was about. I was really hoping not psychological. Okay. I'm not gonna go up that ladder. I don't trust ghost ladders. You know how I've made it this far in my life? I don't trust ghost ladders. You never trust a ghost ladder, okay? It's that easy. Still don't know what that was about, but eventually you get up to a higher level and you have to shimmy your way across this wall. And there's a helmet that falls onto the floor below. And this is the number one most predictable moment in the game. So it falls on the ground, you keep shimmying a little bit, and then you see a shadow come by. You don't see a creature, you just see a shadow. And then you come into the boiler room and you hear some horrific sounds that people should just not be making. I want to give a huge props to the voice actor, because very little times in horror games have there been sounds actually made by people that are supposed to be the sounds of a person. Genuinely give me fear. These sounds were horrific. They were so unnerving and really got me on edge. I just didn't know what to think about them. But they did an incredible job. It was very, very good. Okay, am I in danger or not? I haven't done any... Do I need to not? Now, I have no way of knowing in this moment if this is the sounds of whatever we're in danger of, or the sounds of the person getting torn apart by said creature. And in this room, there are places to hide. This is a room you never come back to, by the way. And this creature has not shown itself yet. You're at the start of this little maze you have to go through with all these pipes. And you're hearing terrible sounds. You're seeing shadows move every once in a while. Or at least you think you do. I have no idea what's going on right now. Why are there hiding places? Based on the look of this maze and the route this game is taking, there will not be a single reason for me to backtrack at all. All it's doing right here is getting in your head. And it worked very well. Please stop. Please stop. Don't tell me to do that. 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 Don't tell me. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I don't believe you. You want to touch me. You want to touch me, and I don't want it. I don't. As you go through these pipes, very paranoid because you're hearing all these sounds, you don't know where to go. You don't know where it is. You're constantly looking around and getting more and more panicked as you move along. As you're going through, this creature is getting more and more agitated, and the sounds are coming from everywhere. You cannot tell where you are or where it is. As you move in deeper, it starts to sound like it's behind you. And now it is 100% screaming at you. It's chasing you now. This sequence is drawn out to the perfect length. It is not short, and it is slightly slow moving in parts, but it is not agonizingly long, so much so that it just becomes a chore. You're just running and shimmying, crawling through this mess of pipes, just praying you're going the right way, while this thing is sounding increasingly agitated, coming at you. You can hear it moving towards you. You just cannot see it. You can't even figure out in this moment if you can be caught by the creature. And it makes you wildly uncomfortable. This whole sequence is pure uncertainty. What is this sound? Who is this? Can it hurt me? Can I see it? Am I in actual danger or not? The game will not let you know if you are in danger or you are safe in this moment. And that just makes it scarier. The uncertainty, the unpredictability of this moment. Keeping whatever this is a secret from you. This entire next moment until you get to the next area is almost even worse because you don't know if it's still chasing you. You don't know where it is. You don't know how much danger you're in. But you know this thing exists and it knows where you are. This moment was so perfectly executed, and I have never, ever seen a game do anything like it. Not even once. Not even half as good. It was perfect. This made me fall in love with the game. Shortly, like very shortly after, you do start to see the creatures though. I feel like the reveal was just a little too soon. It should have kept on this charade for a lot longer. I think that would have made it a lot scarier, but very, very well done. All that to say, when people are passionate about their work and put so much thought and care into each little thing, they create something beautiful. That's what Still Wakes the Deep is. Beautiful.